herbs and animal organs. He was made to consume potions that included ground pearls and bull's blood.
What? What? Is that supposed to be him? They made him drink fucking bull's blood so he could try and have a kid?
At one point, the court brought in a specialist who prescribed eating the dried penis of a stag. Nothing worked, because nothing could work. Charles's reproductive system was as malformed as the rest of him. But wait, the story gets even more bizarre.
How does it get more bizarre? You're just telling me the doctor came in and said, hey, you gotta eat this dried horse dick. Hey, sorry you can't get it up. Maybe this will help.
Charles's mother, desperate for a grandchild to continue the Habsburg line, consulted with mystics and holy men. One suggested that Charles was cursed and that sleeping next to holy relics might break the spell. When that failed, she escalated to something that still shocks historians. She had her son sleep next to corpses. Yes, you heard that.
What? She made him sleep next to dead bodies? Bro, they're not even using him to rule. They're just going, we gotta skip this gen, right? That's what they're saying, which is so weird to me. Like, why wouldn't they just try to have another kid? They're going, nah, we're still going to have Charles II have a kid, but he's not going to rule. We're just going to try and fast track this so we could skip him.
Right.
They had him sleep next to dead bodies.
Queen Mother arranged for Charles to spend nights lying beside exhumed bodies of saints and former kings.
Oh my God, exhumed bodies of saints? So they were pulling, like, fully fucking decomposed bodies out of the ground so he could sleep next to them, so that would make his fucking sperm work.
Including his own father. The theory
to sleep next to his... dude, talk about not even ever being able to be aroused again. Hey, sorry you're not able to fucking have a child. You're gonna sleep next to your dead dad that's fucking decomposing.
Babe, you wouldn't believe what just happened.
What happened?
So I was talking to my friend Sneesh, and she said her boyfriend took Blue Chew.
Blue Chew?
And they absolutely loved it, babe. They were going for it.
The theory was that the holy essence of the dead would somehow cure his impotence. Picture it, the King of Spain, drooling and malformed, lying next to decomposing corpses in the hope of gaining the ability to father a child. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of failed attempts, 10 years of
10 years of trying to have a kid. So from 18 to 28, he tried to have a kid and couldn't.
humiliation. Then, Marie-Louise died suddenly at age 26. The official cause was listed as appendicitis, but rumours swirled. Had she been poisoned? Had the strain of her situation driven her to suicide? We'll never know. What we do know is that Charles was genuinely devastated. Despite everything, he had grown to love his wife, perhaps the only person who had shown him real kindness. Within months, the pressure to remarry began. The council selected...
Remarry? Give it up! Give it up! Oh my God! What did they do after this?
Maria Anna of Neuburg, a German princess from a famously fertile family. Her parents had produced 17 children. Surely the advisors reasoned such robust genes could overcome even Charles's deficiencies. They were wrong. Maria Anna, despite her healthy lineage...
bro, he's probably just infertile. His semen's probably just not working.
never became pregnant. Not once. By this time, Charles's health had deteriorated even further.
What is this image?
Courtiers whispered that he looked like an old man, though he was barely 30. His hair fell out in patches. His teeth, what few could be seen behind that protruding jaw, rotted and fell out.
His teeth were rotting and falling out, and he was 30.
Shuffled when he walked, when he could walk at all. The seizures started in his 30s. Without warning, Charles would collapse, his body convulsing, foam mixing with the ever-present drool. When he recovered, he often didn't recognize the people around him. He began talking about seeing ghosts, hearing voices, feeling invisible hands touching him. The court was terrified. Was their king going mad on top of everything else? The nickname El Hechizado, the Bewitched.
Did he, make rules in this era? Was he, an active king that had to control the nation?
Took on new meaning. People genuinely believed Charles was under a curse. The Spanish Inquisition got involved. Exorcists were brought in. At one point, the king's own confessor was arrested on charges of using witchcraft to worsen the royal condition. The trial was a sensation, though of course no amount of exorcism could cure genetic damage. Charles himself believed he was cursed. In lucid moments, he would weep and ask what he had done to deserve such punishment. He wore amulets, carried holy relics, and submitted to increasingly bizarre purification rituals. Nothing helped, because nothing could help. His genetic code was his curse, written into every...
Dude, I feel so bad. Like, it's not even his fault. Like, his fucking family just kept it in the bloodline for so long that he was the final result. And he's sitting there not even realizing, like, oh, it's because my family's sleeping with each other. He thinks he's, like, been cursed by God.
By age 35, Charles looked ancient. Contemporary descriptions are hard to read. His skin hung loose on his skeletal frame. His famous jaw seemed to grow even more pronounced as the rest of his face wasted away. He was completely bald, his scalp covered in sores. He could barely walk, shuffling a few steps before needing to rest. His speech, always difficult, became nearly impossible to understand. But the worst was yet to come. In his final years, Charles began to mentally deteriorate rapidly. He would sit for hours, staring at nothing, drool pooling on his clothes. When spoken to, he often didn't respond. When he did speak, he rambled about demons and angels, about his dead wife, about children he would never have. The king of one of the world's greatest empires had become a hollow shell. The end came in 1700. Charles was 38 years old, not elderly by any standard, but his body was shutting down. He couldn't eat even his specially prepared mush. He couldn't stand without help. He spent his days propped up in bed, gasping for breath, his hydrocephalic head causing unbearable pressure. On November 1st, after days of agony, Charles II died. What happened next would shock even the physicians who had treated him for years. The autopsy. Oh God, the autopsy.
They did autopsies then?
If you thought The Living Charles was a medical horror show, his corpse was something out of a...
Oh, they're about to say they cut up in his body and his fucking, like, his lungs were the size of, like, fucking acorns.
a nightmare. The royal physicians tasked with embalming their king cut open the body and recoiled. Their report, written in clinical Latin but dripping with barely concealed horror, described a body that shouldn't have been able to sustain life as long as it did. His body did not contain a single drop of blood. This wasn't
What? He didn't have blood. He didn't have blood in his body. How was he alive? That doesn't make any sense.
poetic exaggeration.
Maybe he had less blood than other people. That's not
Charles-
possible.
Charles's circulatory system had essentially shut down. His blood either clotted or simply absent. His heart, and this is where it gets truly grotesque, his heart was described as the size of a peppercorn. Not
What is a peppercorn?
literally that small, but shriveled, blackened, barely recognizable as...
A peppercorn's like this big. So he had a small heart. His heart wasn't like a regular, like fist softball. It was like a tiny heart.
the organ that should pump life through a body. His lungs were corroded, their word for what we might now recognize as massive scarring from repeated infections. Imagine lung tissue that looked more like pumice stone than organs meant for breathing. His intestines were described as rotten and gangrenous. Parts of his digestive system had literally died while he was still alive, explaining the horrific pain he endured in his final years.
Dude, he had organs that were dead in his body for years.
But the most telling detail, the one that confirmed what everyone suspected but no one had dared say officially, Charles had only one testicle, and it
They never checked? They never... Bro, I would be like, yo, we got him. You got any bowling balls hanging down there, boss? I mean, they never looked. They were like, how many nuts you got?
was black as coal.
Ugh.
This single, atrophied, dead piece of tissue was all that remained of what should have been a functioning reproductive system. No wonder he couldn't father children. It's a miracle he survived puberty at all. And his brain, remember that oversized fluid-filled head? The physicians found it was indeed full of water. The hydrocephalus had left barely any room for actual brain tissue. How Charles had managed
So he had a small brain, too?
to function at all, how he had managed to speak and think and rule, however poorly, was a medical mystery. The physicians who performed this autopsy must have stood there, covered in the gore of their dissection, and marvelled that this collection of malformed organs had somehow sustained life for nearly 4 decades. Every system was compromised, every organ was damaged. It was as if Charles's body had been at war with itself from the moment of conception. Modern genetic analysis has given us the why behind this horror show. Remember that inbreeding coefficient of 0.254? That means a quarter of Charles's genome consisted of identical copies of genes.
What, so anything that was like a mutation would be brought out more? I always understood inbred mutations as things that would regularly be submissive traits that would be bad for your health are usually not bad because your partner has opposite genes or different genes from you. So a lot of those traits are masked. But if you have somebody that's equal to you, all of those bad traits will immediately come out.
Sequences lurk the instructions for his destruction. Scientists now believe Charles suffered from at least 2 major genetic disorders. The first was combined pituitary hormone deficiency. His body couldn't produce the hormones needed for normal growth and development. This explained his short stature, his inability to sexually mature, his muscle weakness, his cognitive problems. His pituitary gland, the master controller of the endocrine system, was essentially non-functional. The second was likely distal renal tubular acidosis. His kidneys couldn't properly regulate his blood chemistry. This caused the rickets that bent his legs, the muscle weakness that left him unable to walk, and possibly contributed to the hydrocephalus that swelled his skull. Either condition alone would have been challenging. Together they created a cascade of failures throughout his body. Add in the Habsburg jaw, itself a genetic condition called mandibular prognathism, and you had...
Do you think, like, early humans, they didn't know? Like, when did humans realize... The scientific understanding of why inbreeding is detrimental developed with Charles Darwin, first experimentally demonstrating the negative effects in the 19th century. Get the fuck out of here. So they had no idea. There had to be some cause and effect type shit, though, where it was like people having sex with their siblings usually led to issues.
Had a perfect storm of genetic disasters. Some researchers have proposed an even rarer possibility, a lysosomal storage disease called aspartylglucosamminuria. Patients with this condition develop normally for their first few years, then begin showing delays. By adulthood, they have coarse facial features, intellectual disability, and shortened lifespans. The match with Charles's symptoms is eerily exact. But here's the truly horrifying part. Charles wasn't uniquely unlucky. He was the inevitable result of systematic inbreeding. Of the 34 children born to Spanish Habsburg monarchs, more than half died before age 10. The dynasty
And they never went, this is bad?
was literally breeding...
Oh my god, but they had no idea. They probably just thought it was like, oh shit, RNG. They literally were like, oh, this is just unlucky.
...itself to death.
Or curses.
And Charles was simply the final, most extreme example.
What the fuck are you watching? You're too late, brother. You're coming on the back end of this.
When Charles died without an heir, it triggered the War of Spanish Succession, a conflict that would reshape Europe. The Spanish Empire, built over centuries, shattered because one man's body was too broken to produce a single child. The Habsburg line that had ruled Spain for nearly 200 years ended not with the assassination or a revolution, but with a king so inbred his own flesh betrayed him. The Bourbon dynasty that replaced the Habsburgs...
But do you think his parents were also somewhat inbred? Like, I wonder if they had any showing or physical issues whatsoever.
learned the lesson. While royal marriages remained political...
Because it seems more like all the people that were having inbred issues died before 10, and everybody else was just fine.
The tragedy of a king who couldn't chew his own food. These became cautionary tales whispered in royal courts across Europe. Charles II remains in medical textbooks as the ultimate example of genetic collapse. Students studying genetics see his portrait and learn about inbreeding coefficients. His Habsburg jaw has become shorthand for the dangers of closed gene pools. In a strange way, his suffering contributed to our understanding of heredity and the importance of genetic diversity. But beyond the medical curiosity, beyond the political consequences, there was a human being. Charles II lived every day in a body that was failing him. He endured...
Oh my god, and how fucking terrible everybody fucking treated him, dude. I mean, obviously they were treating his wife bad too, saying she was part of the reason, but they never really looked at him in a light of like positivity. It was always just like, you need to have a kid. Your body's fucked up. Like, he doesn't know that already.
Constant pain, humiliation,
And then his mom making him sleep next to dead bodies, bro.
and the knowledge that he was failing in his most basic duty as king. He was mocked as the bewitched, when his only curse was his ancestry. In his final letter, dictated because he could no longer hold a pen, Charles wrote about hoping to find peace in death that had eluded him in life. For a man who had endured 4 decades of physical and mental anguish, who had been propped up on the throne like a grotesque puppet, death must have seemed like mercy. The portrait I mentioned at the beginning? It hangs now in the Museo del Prado in Madrid. Visitors pause before it, struck by the obvious deformities even the court painter couldn't fully hide. But now you know the truth behind that image.
Yeah, and that's how they made him look good. So he looked different from that.
You know about the jaw that couldn't close, the tongue that couldn't fit, the body that couldn't function, the genome that had turned against itself. Charles II of Spain wasn't cursed by witches or demons. He was cursed by his own family tree, a tree so tangled it had become a noose. His story stands as perhaps history's starkest warning about the dangers of genetic isolation. In trying to keep power in the family, the Habsburgs destroyed their own bloodline. The next time you see a royal portrait, remember Charles II. Remember that behind the crowns and scepters and royal grandeur,
I wonder if after this, there was like no, like this was probably a huge turning point because there was incest in many royal families. And I feel like this probably had to be like a turning point of like, yeah, this is definitely bad.
biology always has the final say. And sometimes, that final say is horrifying beyond imagination. If this story shocked you, hit that like button, because the algorithm, unlike...
Oh my fucking god. All right, that was a good video though. Even though the AI images were unbearable.
Fajita meets Friday. The tangy meets the smoky, loaded with good times. The mix makes it. Old El Paso, make some noise.
8 years since Troy fell. Almost 20 since you left us.
Odysseus is dead.
New merch, new merch, new merch, new merch. Hey guy, welcome back to the abandoned dungeon I converted into an office. So today's video is about my #1 favorite Instagram page right now. It's called Remember Old Time. And in spite of the name, it's not ironic at all. It's just a page made for 60-year-olds to be reminded of old time. Now before we start, I'm not just here to knock on boomers for engaging with nostalgia bait when literally every generation does the same thing. Hey, remember SpongeBob? Remember World War II? Remember yesterday? I just want to share what I found on here because it is the execution that makes it so hilarious. For starters, they have multiple times posted a meme that has been cropped so badly you can't even understand what it says. There's a Twitter page that does this as a joke called cropped boomer memes, and it's great. But I think I like this one better because it's not on purpose. Cropping this image to the point that "if you" is barely legible is a flawless shitpost, and they don't even realize it. Wait, what? Yes, I do. So true. I agree. Am I missing something here? You know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is a complete sentence. It's a picture of a Tonka truck, and they're just saying when Tonka trucks work. Maybe I'm being too harsh on these guys. All right, but let's move on to the actual memes. Now, if there's one thing Ellen DeGeneres taught me about boomers, it's how much pride they have in knowing how to do tasks that have become obsolete. One person said, "I'm gonna teach my grandchildren how to..." Use a rotary phone? Why? They're not gonna have one. I'm begging you, on behalf of children everywhere, please, just teach them how to do their taxes. It's the only thing they want to know. Don't buy them a watch. Their phone has the time on it. You don't need to gatekeep technology that doesn't exist anymore. I'm not gonna teach my grandchildren how to download LimeWire. Also, the other part of that meme was using a TV with no remote. You taught your kids not to use the remote? Oh my god, and cursive. These people are obsessed with cursive. Should kids still be taught cursive? Sure, whatever. But not so they can read documents like the Constitution and stuff. Do you think no one has ever, typed out the Constitution online? You could probably listen to it if you wanted. Do you think the only way to read it is by having the original document in your hand, which I assume is kept at Nicolas Cage's house? I refuse to argue with anyone born after 1995. Y'all can't even write in cursive. Someone said, y'all can't even switch the TV to HDMI 2. But besides cursive and being able to tell time on a regular clock, the other thing they take a lot of pride in is how well-mannered they are. Who still says excuse me or pardon me when walking in front of someone? I always do. That's the way I was taught growing up. It's called manners, something that no longer exists. People who were raised right. Like me. I do. I was raised that way. I was raised with manners. Great, you guys are so polite. Thank you for telling me how polite you are. Which is also something they hate? I hate when people try to praise themselves for doing a good deed. We understand you helped an old lady cross the street, but does everyone need to thank you for it? Are there any females left that'll say thank you when someone holds the door open for you? Can't you just be a silent hero? You cancel out your good deed by bragging, which is something I would never do. Call me old-fashioned, but I miss clean shows like Andy Griffith. It's called a joke. We used to tell them before people became offended by everything. I might be old, but I miss wholesome shows like this. To all of you offended, you wouldn't have made it through an episode of me without having a meltdown. Call me moral, but I miss clean shows. To the good old days when we could make fun of each other without everyone getting their panties in a bunch. Oh my god, which is it? You can't have both. You can't say, oh, these damn liberals get offended by everything now. They wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes back in my day, when shows were wholesome and everyone was nice to each other. What I've learned from this page is that boomers love to have their cake and eat it too. Like, they'll refer to anyone under the age of 30 as being a part of the me generation, you know, because of all the selfies. Not that they do that, you know. They don't have 7,000 Instagram posts or take 4 selfies a day that all look the same. That's just the team. To be fair, I am technically taking hundreds of selfies every minute as we speak, but that's not the point. I just love the hypocrisy of it. Young people today are so narcissistic. Not like us, who are better at everything. We had the best music, the best cars, the best soda, and the most happiness. And now, because we're better than you, we're gonna hoard all of the money, all of the land, and you'll never be able to buy a house, you selfish millennial. If you had a pair of these, you old. One of the things I realized is a lot of these people don't necessarily miss a specific time period so much as they miss being the age they were then. Like, you can still sit outside or eat a hot dog sandwich. Those aren't exclusive to one decade. Back in the day, would this have been you? Yeah, I used to sit in the dirt. Used to eat the dirt too. Did not taste good. But I always went back for more. When I was a kid, we didn't have bottled water. We had a garden hose. Don't mess with me. I'm a wooden spoon, lead paint, no car seat, no bike helmet, pickup bed riding, garden hose drinking survivor. And then someone copied that and put it on a different picture of 2 children drinking out the hose. I don't know, it's just a funny thing to be so proud of, to self-identify as a hose drinker. It inspired me to make my own meme. I think that would fit in perfectly on this page. I've noticed that they seem to blame a lot of their frustrations on the passage of time. I wish a lot of the younger people would experience a Christmas from the 70s and 80s. The department stores, the amazing decoration, the downtown shopping. It was really magical. It was such a special time. This was back when Christmas meant something and was fun. Yeah, because you were a kid. The only thing that's changed since then is you got older. Now, instead of waking up to a bunch of free toys in your living room, you have to buy people presents. and it's stressful. You can still enjoy it if you want, but it sounds like you'd prefer not to. When I was a kid, this is how Christmas trees look. Who remembers old-fashioned Christmas trees like this one? Who remembers trees like this? Nothing and no one is stopping you from decorating your trees in exactly the same way. Oh, Christmas used to be so magical before the government banned tinsel. Also, the thing you miss about Christmas in the 70s was the department stores. You can still go to the mall in December. Guess what? It's packed. The spirit of Christmas is still alive in Dillard's. You know, I'm starting to realize that I think the thing they actually miss is just a time when there were less people. I guess I can't blame them for that. Now, if for whatever reason you do make the mistake of following this page, one of the first things you'll notice is how relentlessly they post. They are so dedicated to quantity that half the memes at this point are just, hey, remember this? Remember this? Who this old? I'd love to see a look into their creative process, but I have a feeling I already know what it is. Some of these, though, I don't think they realize aren't as old as they thought. Do you remember playing this game? Monopoly? The most popular board game ever made? No, I don't remember. Does anyone remember Batman and Robin, Superman and Wonder Woman? Yeah, it's a shame they took such great characters and stopped making movies about them in the 1940s. Just dusty old relics of the past. Who remembers grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup as a kid? We still eat this. How does it taste? Still love it. How does it taste? Please! Someone please tell me how this tastes! You know, I love that even though it seems like they're making all these memes themselves because of the consistent font throughout, they're all so perfectly low res. It's like they run them through a VCR before exporting. Did your house look like this too? Did I have a TV and a window? You bet I did. Sometimes it really does seem like they were too busy to come up with something, so they'll just be like, this is a half slip, I believe? Yeah, it says it right there, half slip. Did any of you ladies wear one of these? Is this something you wore? I don't know, man. You tell me. It's your meme. Okay, so I guess a slip is like big underwear that goes under a dress so no one can see your butthole. And oh boy, these commenters are horrified at the fact that most people don't wear them anymore. Wait, what do women wear under dresses now? Nothing. And you can see right through to their underwear. No, you can't. And if it bothers you so much, then look somewhere else. No one is forcing you to stare at their ass. Women have absolutely gotten away from wearing any undergarments that their mothers or grandmothers wore. Hey, Grandma. Can I borrow your underwear? Not much from what I've seen. Advertising their wares. Nowadays, they don't even wear panties. Let the breeze flow through and ventilate the monkey. The great irony here, though, is that while a lot of these people are whining about how women go outside without covering every inch of their body, this page is often flooded with comments from what appear to be sex bots. And then the same men who complain about the way women dress will fall hook, line, and sinker for a profile picture of a butt. Society is falling apart. No one even wears pantyhose anymore. Ooh, a butt. But it wouldn't be an Instagram page if it wasn't filled with horny middle-aged men trying to hit on every woman they see. This was Google when I was a kid. Yeah. Hello, how are you doing today? Inbox. Nice picture. You have a lovely smile. We'd be glad if we can be friends. Greetings, how you doing? Hope you don't mind. Just want to be a friend to you. Ooh, this old. Okay, but without a doubt, their favorite post of all time, because they've posted it like 7 times already, is this one. In the 50s, no Botox, no ripped jeans, no silicone, just grace and elegance. Holy shit. The top comment on here is, those were the good days when ladies respected themselves. Ugh, I miss when women had self-respect. Back when they wore everything their husbands told them to and would have been shot dead if they put on jeans. Not like today's girls, who wear t-shirts sometimes. Someone said no filters. No filter. The photo's in black and white. That was photography's first filter. But the theme here is definitely that people don't respect themselves anymore because they dress more comfortably. I feel like if anything, the opposite would be true. Doesn't it take more self-confidence to dress however you want and not care about what people think. Leave it to a bunch of dinosaurs to hold dear all of the worst traditions of the past. And this is, unfortunately, the thorny dark side of remember old times. Because for every remember the guy, there's glimpses into some truly unhinged logic. When I was a kid, they didn't call it behavioral disorders. They called it being a little brat. Okay, I'm so lucky I got to grow up in a time before empathy was invented. Our parents would just smack the shit out of us until we were so scared of them we never talked again. Got smacked a lot, and proud of it. This is obviously a tricky subject because there are a lot of parents who don't seem to discipline their children and do raise them to just be spoiled and entitled, and that's a problem in its own right. My parents raised me to believe that I could do anything I put my mind to, and look at me now. A YouTuber. But some of these commenters are a little too excited to chime in here. And back then, we got spankings for being a little brat. There were no CPS workers to come to your house. Oh my God, are you anti-child protective services? Like, yeah, you should be able to discipline your child, but also, you do have to draw a line somewhere. And for all these people who are like, nah, what happens at home stays at home, is terrifying to hear. But really, you just have to love the dichotomy of a group of people going, my mama raised me right. We were taught about a little thing called manners, which unfortunately aren't too common these days.
Dad, can I play Xbox?
Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I always hold the door open for people. And I like to say excuse me and thank you. And I also miss when TV was racist. And ultimately, I think that's why it's time to unfollow this account. It's time to say goodbye. Oh wait, this one's actually kind of cute. My grandmother always said, don't interfere with things that are none of your business. Do not open the fridge in someone else's home. Seriously, don't look in the fridge. Stop.
With base 44.
Chat, the game we are playing now is India's infamous neighborhood pure chaos 24/7.
Let's face it, India has a mixed reputation. On one hand, you have this vibrant, rich, colorful culture with some of the most breathtaking landscapes. And on the other hand, you have some of the most polluted cities on this planet.
India's capital.
I want to say, I feel like India gets a lot of shit as a country because of that. But it is also, like, just extremes of the ends. You know what I mean? Like, there's really bad parts of the United States and really good parts of the United States. It's the same. I just think with India, it's like the extremes are farther or further.
Or as the most polluted city on Earth.
People are living amidst an ecological and public health crisis.
Diabetes hai, cancer hai, heart ki problem hai, सांस लेने में दिक्कत हो रही है.
I don't know if it's probably in certain parts of India too, but do you guys remember the video we watched about Bangladesh, which is one country over, and how the pollution is so bad in parts of Bangladesh that if you are just living there, you're like the equivalent of smoking like 5 cigarettes a day or 7 cigarettes a day or something like that. Like, not even, you're not like a smoker, you don't do anything. It's just like you live in that part of Bangladesh and the air pollution is so bad that it's like you have the lungs of a smoker.
But Indian people are some of the most resourceful people on this planet. Today we'll be venturing deep into the back alleyways of one of the most notorious neighborhoods in Mumbai, a city of 22 million people. And
oh my God, bro. Like the 22 million people live in Mumbai. Is that one of the biggest cities in the world? It's Chongqing, China, 32 million, Shanghai, Beijing, Dhaka, Chengdu, Guangzhou. Okay, so it's mostly China. But it's also like, isn't it not a little skewed too? Because like you map your own city. So like you could have a city have the most people, but not per like square kilometer. It's just a big city. Like the size of your city could also be huge and it's just a large city anyways.
And witness the incredible ways that the locals here put bread on the table. No stone is left
inhaling fucking microplastics
unturned. And we'll see how one man's trash really is another man's treasure. Let's do this.
I mean, you see that shit. That's not even just in India, though, where people are, like, going into, like, landfills and picking up certain electronics in the trash to try and recycle them for some sort of money. Like, where they break open... it's not even just like copper tubing. There's like other parts of electronics that are semi-valuable, but like by hand, you're making literally like $10 a day. This already stresses me out. Whenever I see a vlog like this where they're in India or somewhere where just people are honking the horn and also just walking through moving traffic. Oh my God. Like, are there road laws? Like, there's no intersection, but there's guys on motorbikes just literally weaving perpendicular to traffic. I think the rules just don't hit each other. Bro, I saw on TikTok today that, oh my God, what country was it in? There's two-way traffic. I think it's in Argentina. I don't even understand how that works. Let me find the video. If you don't know what two-way traffic means, it means like the road you're going down, you could go down either way, but it's not like 1-1. It's like you both run at each other. I don't know what I'm watching right now. Sorry, hold up. We're going down a bad rabbit hole right now. You ever see the videos too, where if you're like a white guy walking in India, like I'll see Bald and Bankrupt do this. Certain parts of India, you'll have like scammers that'll just like follow you around all day till you give them money to go away. Like that's the scam. They're not trying to sell you anything. They just won't leave you alone. Like they will follow you for like 4 hours until you pay them to fuck off. Hashtag add that? Yeah, they'll just follow you. And like if you ever talk to them, they'll just be like money.
And that's how you cross the road in India.
You pay him and then he doesn't leave. I feel like I'd fall for that shit. In 5 minutes, I'd pay the guy. I'd be like, all right, leave me alone. And then he'd go, oh, that was too easy. That was too easy. You got to give me more. Run at that point, I just start gagging myself and throw up on him. I'd back up if I were you.
So we've arrived in Dharavni. We've entered into the biggest slum in India here. And you can see this is the commercial area where the
I've been here in GeoGuessr.
business goes on and everything. Assalamu alaikum.
I don't need to be here in real life. I've been here before, chat virtually.
Mashallah.
Mashallah, subhanallah. So that's a banana. You know, in a slum, the banana is the best friend for everyone. They eat banana in the lunchtime. They eat the banana in the dinner time. Because when they...
Well, bananas are very cheap. Is that why? I mean, he's probably going to say, that's my guess. Bananas are one of like the cheapest fruits to produce in mass amounts, and you're easily able to keep them from rotting.
Don't have money, they eat banana and they fill the stomach.
How many bananas?
Oh, they are very filling as well. That's true.
Do you eat a day?
आप कितना banana खाते दिन भर में?
Banana.
हाँ, केला. Keela. 10 piece.
10
bananas a day. I need to see this guy's poop.
banana. Oh, wow.
You can see how
I need to see this guy's shit. What does it look like?
many carbs he was intaking in the body. That banana is a big.
Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad.
Kashmir. Africa.
Oh my God, is that 2A traffic? Zod. Oh my God, it is. W Zod. Look. They're just driving into oncoming traffic. Driving into oncoming traffic. Look at the sign on the ground. It's just 2 ways. There's arrows that go both ways. That doesn't make any sense. How do you drive in that? I don't understand. And you're going like 50 miles an hour? Like, what, are you just gonna fucking run right into somebody?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. Dhanyavad.
Oh, I love that music. Hell yeah. Scrap metal recycling? How much are they selling this for, though? A shitload of metal.
It's very heavy.
How much do these guys earn a day?
Be like a $6-7 they make in a.
They only make $6 a day? Chat, no meme shit. They make $6 a day.
If they're earning $7 a day, then how much do they pay rent?
How do you live on? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're renting an apartment, and then not even like, say you own or rent, like, what? How much is the cost of living here where you can live off $7 a day? That is, what is that? If you're working every day, you make $7 a day, 365 days a year, 7, 14, 21. You're making like what? Like $2,800 a year?
Rent and food.
Rent almost free. Because where they work, the owners provide their homes. Means
oh, so they work for a company that gives them a place to live.
they work in downstairs and live in upstairs. And food is very cheap. They just charge 50 cents for the lunch and 50 cents for the dinner and unlimited. You have as much as you want.
This is like a surefire way to just speedrun getting cancer, dude. Like, I don't know, man. You're just in an enclosed concrete fucking box shredding plastics.
These guys are taking random plastic containers, detergent, bleach, food containers, you name it, and they throw it into this huge chipper, cutting the plastic into thousands of small pieces. Then it's melted down.
Why isn't that shit into the chipper with his hand?
Down and recycled.
Oh my God, he's not even looking. What if that? Oh my God, he's not even looking. What if that chops off his fucking fingers?
I cannot tell you how loud that is. And they're
Oh, I hear it.
sitting in there with no hearing protection, just all day chopping up old bits of like
Yeah, they'd probably go deaf in a few years.
oil containers, detergent containers, bits of old plastic.
I wonder workplace injuries in jobs like this. Like, in that exact room, somebody has to have, like, chopped their hand off. Like, there's just an open saw, and they're wearing, like, flip-flops.
Insane industry!
And you can see this man here is organizing all the plastic by color, and he owns this business. And it's just him sitting in this small little brick hole, sorting through plastic for hours every single day.
But what does he sell? I don't understand. He's sorting plastic by color, then what? Like, he goes to a bulk seller and gives it to them, and they give him, like, 10 cents? Like, I don't understand. Even if he shreds it, what is this worth?
How many hours a day do you do this?
12 hours a day, he sits in a fucking corner on his hands and knees and sorts plastic by color.
12. Is it boring working for 12 hours doing this? You enjoy it? You like it?
Yes, I'm enjoying.
Oh, really? And is it a good business for you
You're
then?
lying.
Right. Amazing, man. It's inspirational.
No further.
Do you have a family?
Yes.
You've got kids?
He does not want to talk to you, big dog.
Nice, man. One kid. How old are you? Do you mind if I ask?
Huh?
How old are you?
30.
30. How is India? Is it a good place to live?
Very good.
You love India?
Yes, of course.
Wow. Amazing. And you're gonna stay here for the rest of your life, or?
My entire life I will stay here only.
You love it?
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Good luck.
What are all these bags? Oh, like, in every room, there's just bags. Is this trash? Or, like, goods that they're gonna, like, recycle? There's no way this is just walls of trash.
So here, this is a Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they're gonna sort. This is stuff they've sorted. Like, they take trash, sort it into one big group, and then sort it into smaller groups.
Modem station.
These look like fucking smoke detectors.
And you can see there's just hundreds of Wi-Fi modems.
Oh, these are Wi-Fi modems.
And this man sits here all day, pulling them apart into little pieces and separating them by color and parts. And then they'll go on to get recycled. How many hours a day do you do this?
Maybe 8 to 9 hours.
Do you get bored? You do?
Yes.
All right, he's being honest here. I was gonna say the other guy surely got to be lying. I don't think any human could sit for 12 hours and sort plastics in this position and have fun. Like, there's that has to be, I feel like an hour in.
Must be quite boring, right?
Yeah, just watching the movies
Oh yeah, he watches a movie while he's doing it though.
on mobile.
Oh, are you watching movies on the mobile? What are you watching today? Bollywood?
Vertical movie?
South Indian, Bollywood.
Yeah. Is this going to be your permanent job for the future?
This is my own business.
Oh, wow. Wow. And you're going to keep doing.
When they say it's my own business, do you think he has like a registered... See, I don't know how other foreign governments work. Like, does he have like an LLC that he owns and is like running? Or is this just like he owns this specific property here and therefore it's his business because he's sorting through it and he's the only employee?
And how is India? Is it a good place to live?
Yes.
You like India?
Yeah.
Happy with how everything's going and the government and everything?
Maybe government is doing the wrong decision.
What are they doing wrong?
Something is related to the religions dividing. That's it.
Well, isn't that a larger problem in India in general? Just because, as a part of like Hinduism, it's not even just Hinduism and the large amount of differences in between that, right? Like somebody that is Hindi might believe something drastically different, but also there are 1 billion plus people in that country. Like you're dealing with so many different beliefs beyond, like they have 3 times as many people as the US with a land size that's what, like half as big.
Nothing else.
Okay, so the government's dividing Muslims and Hindus.
Yeah.
Right.
The world's second most populous country is grappling with a fundamental issue. India was founded as a proudly diverse...
What did that say?
This country is grappling with a...
Sorry for the inconvenience. We're trying to save the country. What, like a tech support, like, line or something?
Fundamental issue.
Oh, my God.
India was founded as a proudly diverse country. So how did it go from this...
Prime Minister Nehru called upon leaders representing many shades of political thought and various religious groups to help build a modern democratic state.
...to this. The Hindu nationalist ideology... The Hindu nationalist ideology that inspired the murder of Indian independence leader Mahatma Gandhi was a fringe element of the country's politics for decades. Now it's the ideology of India's ruling party, the BJP.
Here, everybody seems to be friends, right? Yeah. In real life, but on the media, they say there's a problem, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you hope will happen for the future?
Well, that's the most fucked thing. I mean, I don't know really what's going on with Indian politics, but that's the most fucked thing with just country politics in general. Like, the United States, Russia, China, like, there are so many dead internet... Yo, after I say this, I'll eat the edible, chat. Let me just get out my thought. There are so many, like, dead internet theory bot accounts that push, like, fake narratives about their own country. Like, Russia did it in the U.S. during the war, or not during the war, during the U.S. election, but they do it with their own country as well. Like, if you go on Twitter or, like, Facebook, Meta, sure, like any Meta app, Instagram, and you see, like posts talking about how bad the Russian government is, you'll see, like, bot accounts being like, we're better than ever, what the hell are you talking about? Like, some, like, clearly non-human sentence. Like, why, like, and are they paying for that? Or is that, like, an auto-flag ChatGPT thing that's just, like, picking that type of stuff up and then commenting? I don't understand how bots work, if I'm being honest.
Future is good, but this politician is a very bad decision to dividing the Hindu and Muslims.
Okay. Oh, well. And you're Hindu or Muslim?
I am Muslim.
Okay, cool. Shukriya.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think he just pokes his head into a building and is like, can I interview you? Like, how is he getting these people to be like, yeah, sure. I feel like he's walking around the streets, just literally peeking his head in and being like, yeah, I'm filming something.
So this is where they...
Like, this looks like a death trap.
They sharpen the blades for those plastic machines that you saw. So people from all over this area who are cutting up and recycling the plastic bring their blades here because it's just constantly running and they need to be sharp.
You ever see the videos where it'll be somewhere in India at like a metal smelting factory and they just literally have a pair of tongs, they're wearing flip-flops, moving molten metal, and they just have another guy throwing buckets of water on the dude so he doesn't burn.
Every last thing.
Oh my God.
Is covered.
That is so scary. Like, Are there YouTubers that have done videos where they somehow get I don't think they would ever do that. But because I think the business owner wouldn't hire like a foreigner. But I'm curious if there's like a world where a YouTuber is able to like vlog themselves working at like an Indian metal factory.
Yeah, it's like medieval times when there were shops for each thing in the neighborhood. You don't have to go to a big factory or a big trades shop.
We're just mean mugging the cameraman.
What's your name?
Abdul Qadir.
What do you do for a job?
He's a tailor. He's working in the textile.
Oh, wow. And do you like living here? Yeah, you love it? Okay. Shukriya. Thank you. Cheers.
Bro, it's so weird. It's like so many of the people, like whenever I see videos like this, it's like they're living in such bad poverty, but they like are outwardly so happy. And it's like how, I don't think they're lying. I think it is like a deep religious faith they have. But I'm like, wow. Like I'm like, wow, that's like awesome. They're still able to find joy, you know?
This is like
when they're making $6 a day.
Parts recycling area here. This is all recycled.
They don't know? What do you mean? You're saying this is their baseline. You're saying the allegory of the cave, they're in the cave. They're in the cave, India, in their part of India, and Mumbai is the cave. Yeah, but they see everything else because they all have phones. They all have phones. They're like the guys watching Bollywood videos, like they see what life is like elsewhere. So it's like I mean, maybe they haven't experienced it, but it's still like they get it to a degree. I don't know, man. I'm just like...
Old bumpers of cars. Namaste. Machinery, loud noises, the smell of food, and a lot more, I'm sure you can imagine. It's absolutely incredible here.
Like, what is he doing, brother? It's just like, what he's just undoing a car part? Like, this deadass feels like a video game. Like, I know this is gonna be like a crazy first world take. Like, when he's walking through these streets where there's just trash everywhere and people like cutting up stuff, I'm like, oh, this literally feels like I'm in like a dystopian cyberpunk. Like, yeah, like a campaign in a video game, actually.
Filter, yeah.
Nothing goes to waste here at all.
The biggest industry in this.
No, don't say that. I'm not dissing India or their country. I'm saying I feel bad that it's like the average job somebody has to do is literally sifting through trash. Like that, like this is like everywhere, everybody on this strip in this part of Mumbai works by going through computer parts and motherboards.
Slum is recycling.
It's a recycling. Every day, they get more than 7,000 kilogram to 20,000 kilogram plastic. Doesn't matter, is there the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They work every day. 7 days in the week and 30 days in the month.
Just the intricate streets, like, look at those stairs up into these nests that people live in, you know, look at the cables. Look at all these stairs.
What do elders in India do, though? Is there a system that helps pay, like, their bills? Like, say, because this is such manual labor that at some point, dude, you're like 60. You're not going to be able to do this anymore, and your kids can't provide for you.
Everywhere. Every last square inch is taken up. You've got people migrating from all over the subcontinent of India to come here because...
The children do provide?
This is where you can get your start in life. What's your name?
My name is Rajesh Suleimani.
And do you deliver all around Mumbai?
Mumbai, all Mumbai.
Like, is that good? Is this like the equivalent?
Money?
Where is it from?
I'm New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah. Is that good pay? Good job?
1,500. He works
$15 a day. So he's making almost 3 times as much as the guys that are scrapping metal, but $15 a day. Bro said not bad. Yo, not bad. Minimum wage in New Jersey is $15.93 or some shit. Minimum wage. The lowest you could get paid in New Jersey for 1 hour is more than he gets paid in a day. Yes, the cost of living is far higher, but I'm saying still, even with that, there's not a world where you can live a comfortable life making $15 a day. Are they getting taxed on this money as well? Like, is this guy having to give part of his money to the government? And he's making $3,000 a year. Or like more than three. He's making like $4K a year.
Sitting in a one position, you're driving in the traffic with the dust.
Good luck, good luck. They sacrifice this for an Islamic tradition, right?
It's for the Islamic tradition.
What is that?
For the Islamic tradition.
What is that?
Sacrifice this for an Islamic tradition, right?
It's for the
nuts. Are those balls?
Islamic tradition.
Is this goat on steroids?
No.
It's huge.
Because of the breed. These breeds
Yeah, what's going on here?
are different. They've grown much more faster.
Right.
But their meat is not that much tasty.
So this guy's doing welding, and his eye protection is a little piece of glass you can see there.
Awesome, he's welding with glass. Glass to protect his eyes.
Thank you, sir. So all these guys are preparing hundreds of meals for the other parts of the slum. So you can actually get them delivered up into the other parts of the slum. So we've got rice here. And then we got bags of curry here. Amazing. Assalamu alaikum.
No, but it's like clean. Like, I know they're barefoot, but like you look at the floor, like this place is clean.
That would blow me up from the inside out, right?
Yeah.
You know what it also is? And I think this also skews it. Because in the US, where there's a shitload of poor people, there's also so many fucking rich people. Like when you're in San Francisco, for example, there are so many rich ass people and then homeless, right? But here, I feel like relative, like kind of going back to what Zod was saying, it's like relative in the sense that it's like, they're not, like everyone here is not doing well. So it's like comparatively, you're not that upset. Not that upset. I'm saying like, it's not, you're not like walking on the street and there's a dude in a Bugatti driving by and you're fucking homeless. It's like everyone's not doing great. That's like an argument people make for like why some of the happiest countries have also the highest suicide rate is because it's like in perspective. Like if everyone's doing really bad, you're not going to be as unhappy as if you're looking around and you're seeing everyone else doing great and happy and you're not. It's going to amplify that depression and sadness you feel.
Man, no, they don't make that much spicy.
As a baby, you're born with a chili in your mouth.
That's a fucking lie, dude. He's gonna say that shit's not spicy. I guarantee you I ate that, I'd be sweating.
That's right.
Something like that. But Mumbai people, they eat less spicy. If you go south part of the India, they're normal spicy. For me,
you're a pussy. Bro, go eat like Indian spicy food and get back to me. Go eat like real Indian spicy food and get back to me. Oh, white boy. Get the fuck out of here. I've eaten the one chip twice, Petty. I have, I'm Indian. Okay, Zod, I'm not talking to you.
It's very big spicy.
So this is where they make soap.
Yeah, so what they do, they collect the used soap from the hotels. Tomorrow you're gonna left the hotel, you're gonna left the piece of the soap. For them, it's...
You're Indian, Zod? I didn't know that. See, I don't know. I didn't know that at all.
Not used, and for you, it's not used.
So all the waste soap left over from the hotel.
You're like 100% Indian? Yes, you did. I mean, you probably told me, but I forgot.
And old half-used soap comes here, gets all melted down into these cases here, combined, mixed with animal fats and cooking oil, and then made into soap used in laundries or for cleaning purposes. Unreal. And you can see here the guys cutting it into squares and packaging it up, ready to be sold. With Mumbai having 22 million people in it, you can imagine there's a lot of waste and there's a lot of people.
Wait, what is this that he's cutting? I need to pay attention.
Wanting to make $1. What you're seeing here is the result of that.
What is that? That's soap? What's it made of?
So we've come up one of these extremely steep ladders here, and in here, what are they doing here?
They color the clothes. Means you saw they have a white
They're
color.
dyeing them.
They're dyeing them, yeah.
Okay.
This is the new diamonds made by plastics. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna take these diamonds and they're gonna stitch into the clothes.
So this man makes a design on his computer, and then it gets put in.
This has to be higher paid. This is like higher skill labor. But still, bro, it's probably like I hope he asks every one of them how much money they make.
To the laser machine, and the laser machine carves a design.
Oh, this is so much harder.
Into this piece of wood. Then they put the plastic diamonds on the piece of wood, shake it, so all the plastic diamonds fall into the design. Then it's compressed onto the fabric with glue. So you have clothing with plastic jewelry pressed into it.
Can you put it on for me?
Why not?
Very pretty.
This is not for the men, it's for the women.
No, it suits you.
Okay. The tiny plastic for you, it's waste. But for them, it's a diamond and it's good quality. Ladies t-shirt.
Butterfly.
Half butterfly.
I think you're a butterfly kind of guy, right? Beautiful.
And that's...
Nah, this guy's funny. This guy's funny. Oh my God, that's getting a like.
A Porsche. The car. You like the car?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a Porsche.
No, this one's definitely your style.
Bro, that's like a good bedazzle.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep up the great work. So this is...
Do you have League of Legends installed on that PC? Could I get a quick ARAM in? You got CSGO?
Actually keep it shut because they don't want people stealing their designs because everybody makes their custom version of it. And so the recycled diamonds are viewed as, you know, a thing of value, right? So they keep it top secret here behind these shutters. I've been crossing borders a lot lately, and the last thing sponsoring this video.
I'm
Crossing borders a lot lately, and the last thing sponsoring this video.
here, and you can touch the...
Let's get back to India. They're making pants here.
They make the pants here, and you can touch the quality.
Yes, it's great.
That's a great quality, but no brand.
All right.
They don't use any brands. Only they get separately the brand name. They're gonna stitch the labels.
It's counterfeit.
Yeah.
How old is this?
So how much do they get to sell a pair of pants for that's counterfeit? I feel like I'd rather buy just like a pair of pants with no brand than like fake, like brand dress pants.
Man.
Like I'd rather you just not even put a label on it.
19.
How many hours a day does he do this?
13 hours, 14 hours.
Wait, how much does he make? $19 a day?
How old is this man?
Oh my God, he's 19?
19.
How many hours a day
He's a fucking kid, bro. Like,
does he do this?
13 hours, 14 hours. Sitting in the same position.
14 hours. And he just stitches pants.
Supports the back.
Every day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 365 days a year.
This is not the cushion chair. This is made by wood. You know the bums get hurt.
What are we making here?
Bring the plastic here.
Looks like Legos. But then who do you sell that to? Somebody buys that? Absolutely. They smelt it down and remake it? Incredible. Oh my God. What is in that bag that he could carry that?
He take all the clothes from the peoples, those who don't want to be washed the clothes, and he gonna put the tag number, and he gonna send this.
He's the dry cleaners.
All the clothes to the laundry, one of the biggest laundry in the world. They go there, they get washed on there, they're gonna dry on there, and give back to this guy, and he's gonna do the ironing.
Your horse?
No.
What was your name?
Abdul Qayyum.
Abdul Qayyum. Nick, nice to meet you.
This guy's fitted.
So the moment you've all been waiting for, here are the toilets. So have a look at this. It just goes straight through to a river underneath. So this is the river where the toilet drops into. You can see there's some animals down here looking through the toilet trash. Yeah, this is the reality of this area of India.
How much you need to cannonball into that water? Oh my god, I thought that guy was naked. Holy fuck. I was about to be like, we gotta end stream. Oh my god, I thought that guy was naked. Water. Oh my god, I thought that guy was naked. Holy fuck. I was about to be like, we gotta end stream.
So we got some apple juice here.
Apple juice.
But has it got milk?
Apple milk.
I've never seen an apple milkshake before.
No, they have apple milkshake, they have a banana milkshake.
And where does he get the ice from?
They have the equipment to make ice cubes, and they call them, I want a one block. They give them a box, and the people put it here. If you need this supply, you will get this supply. You will get everything in the slum. You don't need to go.
Loose ass underpants. What the fuck are we? That was what you were thinking about. That his underwear was loose. Oh, I would get an Indian street haircut, bro. I watch these videos all the time. They like slap you in the face, shave you with a straight razor.
Oh, it smells good.
Here you're gonna find mostly men's only.
Okay.
Because they people are immigrants. They have a family. Aap kahan se ho, bhai?
UP village.
They are from Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's from 28 hours away.
He's from Uttar Pradesh,
right.
And he came here for the work to make more money.
How long have you lived here?
Aap kitne saal se Mumbai mein? 4 years. He is 18-year-old.
He moved here when he was 14 alone to make money for his family. Do they not have school?
18. And he came here when he was 14.
And when he came here, when he was 14.
Dhanyabad, sir. Dhanyabad. Behind every one of these doors, there's 1,000 stories to tell, and there's just people on computers, people doing physical work, all kinds of different activities and money-making industries and residential areas. It's everything that you can possibly imagine and more goes on in these incredible streets. Hey, salam alaikum. The people are honestly so hospitable and friendly.
I think that's the thing too. It's like impoverished, but they're not. I feel like you never hear about like people being violent. You know, it's like, and at least violent towards tourists, rather.
You know, they seem.
I could be wrong, but I'm just saying through the vloggers that I watch that go to India, they're always like, yeah, it's safe.
Okay. Come. Okay. See, this just as I was saying, I've been invited up. What's your name?
Sakhawat Khan.
Sahawat Khan?
Sakhawat.
Sakhawat
Khan.
Khan. I'm Nick. Nick, me. My name.
Nick. Why? Nick.
Nick. Yeah.
Nick. Wow.
This is your house?
Yeah.
Where? This is his house? Where?
Can you show me where the ball goes for different kinds of shots? Search like never before.
Right now at B&Q and TradePoint, save up to £3,000 on kitchens. Book an appointment or shop in-store and online.